the move to Check Zero, a new era in payments. Hey everybody, is the check ready to finally die? Today we're going to dive into this fascinating transition or world of moving to a world of Check Zero. Now, right away, I have to give some credit to the ICBA and actually my friend Scott Ankin for helping to provide the information. They didn't give it to me direct. It's actually information they've been putting out there publicly, and it's what's helped to supply the information for today's video. But the question is, are we finally on our way to Check Zero, where it's a world where the personal check becomes a thing of the past? Here, let me break some of this down for you. See, recently Target announced they're no longer going to accept personal checks as a form of payment at checkout. Now, they join other retailers like Aldi and Whole Foods and even Old Navy and Lululemon in moving to where they're not going to accept checks. But wait a minute, why is this happening? Who's going to be affected by this? According to a recent report by Go Banking Rates, only 15% of adults who wrote a few checks a month in 2023. Only 15% wrote even just a handful of checks. In fact, 46% of over 1,000 of the respondents didn't even write a single check in the entire year. Now, this shift is primarily driven by the rise of contactless and digital payment methods, which have become increasingly popular, especially since COVID, right? Plus, it's really easy, it's really convenient. I use them all the time. See, consumers today, they prefer the convenience of tap and go. It does make things a lot easier, and it is a lot faster, and it's safe and it's secure. With advancements in security, such as authentication, monitoring, data encryption, these methods are not only more convenient, but like I said, they're safer, especially much more safer than a traditional check. See, one of the main reasons for this shift is the inherent security of a check itself. According to Scott, who is the Vice President of Operational Risk and Payments Policy for ICBA, and that's the Independent Community Bankers of America, he points out that when you hand over a check, it's the same as basically sharing a screenshot of all your banking details. No one would do that in today's digital age. You never should. Don't take screenshots and share it with people. Well, when you hand over a check, it has all of your information on it. Besides, who's still using checks? In 2024, check writers tend to actually be older adults, particularly those over age 55. Historically, checks became mainstream when, in the 20th century post-World War II, when checking accounts were introduced to middle-class households. It was the innovation in like the 40s and 50s, 1940s, 1950s. However, since, let's say, the 1990s, that's still ways back, with the rise of things like credit cards and debit cards, check usage has been going down. It's actually down 75%. However, I got to tell you, there really still are a lot of checks still written, though. Now, as more businesses move away from accepting checks, we are steadily moving towards a Check Zero world. This shift is likely to continue, driven by both consumer preferences and the need for enhanced security. So whether you're tapping to pay with your phone, swiping your card, or making an online transfer, the future of payments, it's going to be digital. It is digital. If you ask me, the future of payments, it's actually instant payments. With services like FedNow having the ability to solve for really almost every single use case that a check currently serves and do so much more efficiently and with more security. I think it's time to say goodbye to the check and embrace the convenience and security of more modern payment methods. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, subscribe so that you have some more insights and videos from the Payments Professor. But for now, this is where I say, class dismissed.